It's 2018, a brand new year, and we're about to talk about how the Frost and Fists are gonna rock it this year. It's a brand new year, 2018, and this year the Frost and Fists are gonna rock it. Okay, faster. It's a brand new year, 2018, and this year the Frost and Fists are gonna rock it. We can do this.
Gotcha.
Let's aim for right here.
Gotcha.
That's a good idea.
Same right there, yeah.
Right.
Try that. Right there.
Right here.
Right there, yeah. Right there.
It's a brand new year, 2018, and this year the Frost and Fists are gonna rock it.
Want to try it again?
That was pretty good though.
It was a little weak.
It's a brand new year.
I got your pinky, that's why.
It's a brand new year.
I don't want the pinky.
It's a brand new year, 2018, and this year the Frost and Fists are gonna rock it. We're solid.
Yeah.
What is up, beautiful people? It's Wolf Brother Mythos Kushranado from the channel Frost and Fists. And this handsome guy to my left is...
I am the handsome freakaliciousness.
He is handsome.
Hey.
Guys, it is 2018. Brand new start to the new year. Happy New Year's, guys.
Happy New Year.
So, with that, this is a time of new beginnings, new resolutions, new commitments, new plans that we make, and we take our resolve to stick to the plan. So, this year... This year I've already had a hamburger. I'm not so sure how my resolve is, but...
Was it good?
It was so good.
Oh my god.
Anyways, so this year we're talking about hobby goals and resolutions though. And while I may not be sticking so well to the no hamburger resolution, I can stick to some of these hobby resolutions.
Oh yeah.
We're going to start with models and different projects like that we want to get done in 2018. First one for me, and I'm going to call it number 5. And number 5 for me is industrial terrain. Freaking I recently bought a boatload of terrain, about $160
Still on a boat.
More than a table's worth of industrial terrain, MDF, from thenerdlife.com over at our brother Richard at the Nerd Life. And it is some awesome looking terrain.
It's really neat.
Our Frost and Fist tables are going to look really neat when they're done. But it's going to take a lot of work to put them all together. And I've started work on that so far. I admittedly love painting way more than I like assembling, so I kind of like will do a little work on it and keep putting it to the side. But this year, the industrial terrain is going to get done.
Awesome.
Freak, the first one for you?
First one I'm going to be doing is, and I'm actually working on those, are the Hell Blasters. I've had my Primaris set for, or my, my Primaris set for quite some time now. Actually, when the 8th edition first came out. And
we both got Dark Imperial boxes right when they first released.
Yeah, and I pretty much sat on those for a while. But those Hell Blasters are going to turn out to be really useful, especially with Mythos, against Mythos and a couple other hard-hitting armies. So.
I think my cavalry is going to be taking a few shots of plasma to the face. Not looking forward to him getting those Hell Blasters done.
Yeah. So what's yours for?
My next one is the Burning of Prospero box. So this is another one I've been meaning to do, but I just haven't gotten around to it because of different projects that I've taken on through 2017.
All the commission work you've been doing.
Bought it at the midnight release when it came out, and I've done nothing with it. And admittedly, I've kind of put a little on the back burner because I don't use tacticals as much as I used to. And so Grey Hunters, Blood Claws, these staples of the Space Wolf Army, I've been kind of putting them on the back burner and just bringing minimum squads, so that way I can take more things like Elite Wolfen, Fast Attack Cavalry. I don't use the standard troop choices as often as I should. And now that the Primaris stuff is out, I have less motivation to get them ready. But since I am going to focus more on some Primaris stuff, I'm thinking that maybe I just take the same Burning of Prospero box, and I'd really like to have some 30k wolves. So those will also get painted sometime this year in 2018.
Awesome. That sounds good. Another one that I definitely need to do is a Predator. I bought this Predator almost a year ago, and I've oh my gosh, I've been needing a Predator, especially with some last cannon action.
This thing has been sitting new in box. This thing has been sitting new in box for so long that I honestly forgot he had it. I said, "What are you working on after the Hellblasters?" "I'm thinking about my Predator tank." "You have a Predator tank?" Surprise! That's how long it's just been new in box, stuffed under other projects.
Yeah.
We've all got that box of shame where we have different things new in box that we still haven't touched yet, like my Burning of Prospero box. So that'll definitely be some extra las cannon firepower when it comes out on the table.
Oh, it's gonna be nice. Can't wait.
I've seen it read somewhere that to be competitive in this edition, most armies need 6+ las cannons, and so I think a Predator is a good chunk of that.
Yeah, man, definitely. Nice little tank. What about you?
Next one, number 3 for me, my Dark Imperium box. And of course, I mean the Space Marine side of it, but I haven't touched any of my Dark Imperium stuff, guys. And part of that is because I've been waiting. Sometime this year, early of this year, Green Stuff World is coming out with a fur texture roller, and I'd really like to be able to wolf up my Primaris Marines with some extra wolf pelts, capes, stuff like that. And so I'm really going to take my time to wolf these guys up. But as soon as I get those texture mats, is going to be on, and that Dark Imperium is going to get worked on.
It's going to look so nice. It's going to look really good.
I've also got some special heads that I've ordered from Spellcrow, and some shoulders I've ordered from Cromlech. And so overall, these are going to have a nice wolfy feel.
Cool. My number 3 is actually going to be a Primaris, a box set of Primaris Aggressors. I had a good buddy of mine, really good friend, really good.
A very handsome friend, a very wolfy friend.
I didn't go there, but okay. Anyway, yeah, he's pretty good. Anyway, got me a really cool set of Primaris Aggressors, and to see those in my favorite yellow, oh yeah, really good Imperial Fist Aggressors, man. Those are going to be so awesome. I can't wait to put those things together and paint them. So anyway, that's definitely real high up in the list for 2018.
Those are going to be great. I don't know why I'm asking him to flame the crap out of me with those Aggressors, but they are going to look great in his colors. Next one for me, number 2, almost the top spot on my list. I have this really cool decked out Space Wolf Imperial Knight, done up, gifted to me, and customized for me by the Nerd Life. And it is going to look really cool. In fact, I've been working on some of my bigger robot units, including, I've recently done a Contemptor, a Venerable Dread. I've been working on some robots like my Onager Dooncrawler, and I'm really trying to get a feel of how these bigger, more robotic pieces are going to look, so that way when I'm ready to work on the Imperial Knight, I'll have kind of been warmed up to it. So,
very nice.
That's going to be an awesome presence on the battlefield.
Yep.
Although I've heard a lot of people say that the Knights just don't put as much damage out on the table as they used to. But you know what?
I don't know about that.
I'm not even worried about being powerful or OP. It's a Knight that looks like a wolf.
Yep.
It's just going to be badass to have.
Yep, just the fact that it's going to be representing your army very, very nicely and customized to boot.
Customized, and the really cool thing is that it's all wolfed out, so it's going to look great with my Space Wolves.
Yep.
But also, if I want to run it with my Mechanicum, you know, I mean, Knights are, it'll fit in perfectly with the Mechanicum.
Exactly right.
In fact, they have some really cool stratagems that work great between AdMech and Imperial Knights. For instance, if I'm running my AdMech and something drops my Knight down to like a couple of wounds, I can spend a stratagem and have my Knight shooting and firing like it's back at full health.
No, I don't like that.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah. For me, I think the next thing is going to be my Land Raider Crusader. Okay, so I've had that Crusader.
You have had the Crusader.
I have had that Crusader. As a matter of fact, I have showed you guys that Crusader. It's still in the freaking box. It's been a year. Over a year. Oh my gosh, it's been over a year. I don't even know if there's a Crusader left in there. It's probably just
look, to be fair, that was you bought it back when it was necessary for Lysander and his bodyguards to have you know, some wheels.
Right.
Now they can pretty much teleport and go wherever they want.
Pretty much Teleport Strike has opened up a whole new ball game, man. It makes a big difference. But having a little extra pow coming from those hurricane bolters, yeah.
Oh, the Crusader doesn't deliver a little extra pow. You get a whole lot of pow.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm really excited about that. So I am hoping to have those have that one done before the end of the year. Hopefully, I'll have it done in the next couple of months. So I'm not on wood. Let's see what.
And my last one, my number one goal for this year, my Primarch, Leman Russ, okay, the Wolf King. Of course, I'm talking the 30k Wolf King because he's amazing. And if I start that Burning of Prospero and turn it into a 30k army, I mean, how awesome would it be to have the Primarch leading the way? So one of the biggest barriers that prevented me from picking up my Primarch in 2016, 2017 is that I was always afraid of how poor my performance when it came to faces was. But over the last year, I put a lot of practice into improving the way I do faces. And I'm feeling pretty confident now. I think I can do it.
They look great. I mean, you've come a long way. Guys, you can actually see a lot of his work that he's done for some of this commission work he's been doing. Incredible work. So yeah, your faces are coming in really nicely. So
I appreciate that, and that I think is going to give me the confidence I need to actually paint my Primarch. And 2 new Primarchs supposed to come around this year. If I'm lucky, maybe I'll get to paint 2 Leman Russes, 30k and 40k.
That'd be cool. Although we need to see a freaking Dorn Primarch. I mean, Leman Russ has already been out. He's out several times, and everybody else in the mamas are out. Come on, Dorn! Come on!
Hey, they did say one of the ones coming out this year has never had a model before, and Dorn's never had a 30k model.
Yeah, there are a few others that haven't had it.
I know. I'm trying to give you a little hope.
Yeah, whatever.
So those are our project goals for the year.
Hold on a second. So, there's one I definitely want to bring to your attention to see if you are going to even consider it. Alright guys. I'm going to link the video, and it's going to be my left. So, I'm going to link that video, and it's a video where I had, coerced is not the word, enticed, maybe, encouraged strongly, yeah. I encourage strongly to Mythos to possibly spend a little money and buy Celestine.
He did in that. He did at that. And it's funny because I've used everything else out of the box so far. I've painted up. I painted up Greyfax. She came out gorgeous.
Amazing work.
I somehow ended up painting everything but Celestine so far.
You need to paint stuff.
You know what? Celestine 2018.
Yes! Yeah! Ah! Yes!
Doing it.
Yes!
So those are our project goals for the year. We have a couple other hobby resolutions we want to make.
Yep.
And Freak, you definitely led the charge on the non-project ones. You said there was something very specific you wanted to do this year.
I did. Oh, yeah, I do.
You said first and foremost you want to get into more of something.
I need more games.
This man needs more games.
I need more games.
And we were talking, and in the month of, like the last half of November and all of December, he's gotten in probably as many games in just the month and a half as he had all the rest of 2017.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, it was incredible that the early part of 2017, my goal was to play a lot more games than I did in 2016, which technically I kind of did, but job situation got a little more hectic. It was just, I mean, just
the whole edition came and went.
Yeah, and then, oh yeah, right, and then as soon as we switched over to 8th edition, I'm like,
there was definitely some stopping and relearning. He was a little frustrated there.
Yeah, just a little bit.
But now I think you may have had more 8th edition games than you had in
7th edition. That's exactly right. And oh man, I'm loving it. So yeah, we're getting some more games in, that's for sure. But I definitely want to put in a lot more games with different fighting against different armies, for sure.
So definitely having building our own Frost and Fist tables has definitely been a big help. All the terrain that we're buying up right now is going to be a big help.
Yeah. And
we will definitely want to get the guys out to the Frost and Fist tables, sometime soon.
Yeah, and that's another thing that's part of my goal as well, is build another table so we can have some more friendly competition, at the Frost and Fist location. So that'd be pretty sweet.
With that, Freak also mentioned that one of his goals was he wanted to learn the rules a little better, especially for his army coming up in 2018. And now that I've started the second army, I've got a whole new set of rules to learn for my army too, so I'm right there with him on that.
Yeah, I think everybody's kind of going through that, especially since the start of 8th edition. I mean, and they're not really terribly difficult rules to master. It's just new strategies, new ideas, new thought patterns. How are you going to play them? It just widens the potential of your army now. I think 8th edition has really done that. And I know it has done that for me because I was kind of thinking more on a two-dimensional, thought pattern. And now with 8th edition, it allowed me, I would say, more like a three-dimensional, because now I'm using strategies where I can actually utilize the teleport strike feature, just a lot of the features that are available now. And it's freaking awesome.
Teleport strike is a big deal now.
Yeah. So yeah, pretty exciting stuff, man. So yeah, we're looking forward to that.
And next we have some things that we want to come to resolutions on for the channel.
Yep.
And I myself, Freak and I, you guys have seen our content trickle down to a slow amount in November and December. And of course, just like many people around the holidays, getting super busy. And of course, work getting super busy because many companies are doing their end of the year stuff, and it's a lot of extra work that goes around during the end of the year. And so both of us have been working super hard. Now that we're in January, things are starting to free up a little bit, or we're able to start finding a little more time. Mm-hmm. I definitely want to start getting back to some regular content. So for me, for number one, I'd like to make a channel resolution to bring you guys some more steady content. And I would like to start doing for my new army, a Mechanica Monday, and on Wednesdays, a Space Wolf Wednesday. Not a Wolf Brother Wednesday. I still don't have a good enough internet connection to sustain to sit and chat by myself. But what I do want to bring you is that I have to start splitting my attention between two armies now, and I still want to make sure I'm constantly working on something for each army. So every Monday, I'm going to be able to show you guys what I'm doing with the AdMech. And every Wednesday, I'm going to show you what I'm doing with the Space Wolves. And it may be something as simple as, hey guys, I took these models, I put down these colors this week, or I did a wash or a weathering. Or it might be something, if I finished up something that week, you guys might get a showcase out of it.
That's pretty cool.
So it's definitely going to be something Mechanicum on Mondays, something Space Wolf on Wednesdays.
Yeah, that's actually pretty cool. And I'm kind of in the same boat, you know, around that same thought pattern. There was a lot that I wanted to do in 2017, especially more towards the middle to the end of the year, and that's when it just got the busiest for both of us, actually. But mainly for me, and one of the things that I found, that we were actually talking about this off camera, that there seemed to be a lot of people that really have gotten a lot out of the tutorials, my airbrush tutorials and little things like that.
I really love his airbrush tutorials because I'm a noob myself, guys, and I'm begging him to do tutorials for you guys for the channel, but I'm really also kind of begging him to do tutorials so the noob here can learn a little something about the airbrush.
And it's like, well, why don't you just come over and I'll just show you? And he goes, no, you need to put a video. I'm like, so, and he's right. I feel like I need to do that. It's just that it almost seems like, I don't know. It's you know, I do it and I really don't put a lot of expectations on it. So I don't know. But in some cases, though, it seems like there are some people in the community that really getting a lot out of it, which I think it's great. And if that's the case, I am really excited to do that. And I want to go ahead and put some more of those tutorials, from basic stuff to a little more, you know, of a little more advanced, you know, airbrush work. And, you know, who knows? You know, might get some.
I myself, guys, trying to learn from this guy here, I went from using an airbrush only for base coats about this time last year, maybe a little later, to now I'm doing highlights with airbrushes. I even put up a video a little while ago. You can check it in the description below. But, I mean, I'm doing things with an airbrush now that I would never have attempted before. I'm blending colors, I'm doing fades and transitions.
Really good, too. Really good. It's funny because I would ask him, I would give him a call, hey, so, man, this is really good work. Did you do this with your airbrush? Now, here's the thing. Meathus is an incredible painter by hand. I mean, everything that he has hand-painted looks great. He really does good work. But I've always tried to kind of nudge him towards the airbrush because, you know, there's some things that you can do there that really speed things along and gives a great look, you know, that you can't always get with a hand painting. And he's like, oh, I don't feel ready. I don't feel comfortable. I don't feel really, you know, comfortable to do that yet, you know. And he finally just took the plunge. It's like, hell with it.
I also got a few more tutorials out of this guy this year, though. So
yeah, it's true.
I'm learning right along with you guys every time he puts up a tutorial.
So yeah, so tutorials for airbrush is definitely going to be something else. You know, there's some little hints and tricks and hacks that I've learned on the way, especially when you have overspray. Ooh.
I'm not doing any with the airbrush, but I've got a few tutorials lined up in my pocket. In fact, I've already got most of one recorded on my camera, so we definitely want to do a few more of those for you guys. Another channel resolution, we said we want to do a few more of these sit and chats because we were watching some of the ones we've done recently, like you can check here in the corner, you know, is it trash in 8th edition? These sit and chats have really kind of reminded us when we first started the channel, and it was just the two of us goofy guys at a table at our local hobby shop and just sitting and chatting with you guys.
Yeah, I mean, that was the first thing we started, you know. And what was cool is that we had a lot of interaction from the community. And I think we kind of got away from that a little bit, and when we started hitting up these are they trash in 8th edition segments, really encouraged by the amount of feedback that we're getting from you guys.
Conversation with you guys in the comments below is our favorite part of doing what we do.
For several reasons. Number one, you know, we know you like us, but the other reason is that we actually are learning a little more about what's in the 40K community. I mean, you gotta understand, you know, when you're by yourself, you're kind of thinking, you know, in a little bubble. But when you're expanding your thoughts, you know, throughout several 100,000, whatever people who are actually watching your show, and then they comment, well, it's a little broader because you get a different perspective.
Sharing your knowledge with us, but also if we have a little chat in the comments, hopefully we can share a little something with you too.
Definitely, yeah, absolutely. So good stuff.
Was that it? Did we have any other hobby goals for the channel this year?
Yeah, well, I had a few, some of them. I mean, you guys know I'm kind of like the techie. I like new stuff. I like gadgets. But I'm doing more music stuff, more recording, and so I'm going to be writing more music for the channel, and probably will invest a little more in some technology. I've been wanting a green screen for a long time, and
he really likes seeing it on Pete over at Mini-Warzone.
Oh my gosh, when I saw him sitting what appeared to be inside the Galaxy class Starship Enterprise at the bridge.
Me up. He's like, did you see where Pete was during P&Q?
Oh my gosh, I was like, God, doggone you, Pete. I cannot believe you did that. And it was so cool. There he was with his coffee.
Just chilling on the bridge.
Chilling on the bridge. The Galaxy class Starship Enterprise. Oh, like, why?
He wants that so bad.
I do. I mean, yeah, I think that was pretty cool. But, you know, to have some really cool backgrounds while we're doing our sit and chat. Because here's the thing, another thing. Our friend Max from MiniWargames has been harassing us, saying, we're just gonna send you something
in a loving way.
Yeah, I mean, he gets tired of seeing my, you know, our posters and stuff and crap. I can use a little more.
Azrael Batman. You can't go wrong with Azrael Batman.
He's kind of like the protector of our room here. So, you know, and it's just, we could probably use a little better, more colors. Anyway, you guys get the idea. Green screen would add an amazing background to two amazing guys and this amazing channel. What can go wrong? Yeah.
And then with the tutorials, the sit and chats, trying to get back to regular content and upgrade of the tech, my goal for us this year is to surpass 500 subs.
That's a good goal. Think we can do it?
I think we can. I really do. In fact, maybe we can even make it to the next barrier, 750. We'll see.
Challenge accepted.
We'll see, but we gotta hit some of these resolutions along the way to get there, though.
Yeah.
Regular content, boosting up our quality. Yeah. I think we got this.
I think we got this. One other one that I thought too that I've been kind of debating whether I want to bring him back in or not is Bubba.
Guys, one of the things we've been talking about, and I thought we'd sold ourselves on it. Guys, would you like to see Double Impact style Freak interview Bubba?
I've always wanted to do that. I wanted to have an opportunity to interview Bubba and get his, thoughts, if that's what you call them, about 40K and playing on the cheap. Because he's definitely all about playing on the cheap.
And that's always been a Frost and Fist theme, is getting in on the cheap. But does Bubba get in too cheap? Some of the people in our last Bubba video said that Bubba was the hero of the show.
Yes, which I don't understand,
people
because
who identified with Bubba.
I mean, he clearly stole that little statue and calling it. Oh God!
Are you sure? I thought that was his Primarch.
He said it was his. What was his prime? Yeah, his
primate.
Primate. Yeah, he called it a primate. Anyway, so I have a lot of questions, and if you got any questions that I should ask Bubba in that interview, that would be
definitely
great.
Let us know if you want to see the return of Bubba.
Yeah, I mean, I'm curious. If you guys are curious to ask him, questions.
While we were playtesting,
does he shoot car antennas, things like that with his?
You guys know some Castellan robots are like $80. So while we were doing our playtesting, Bubba hooked me up with some Castellan robots from Dollar General, and they were our play tests.
Hey, they worked great.
They worked great.
Yep. I'm just still not crazy about this whole drop pod that he's been using.
It's sponsored by 7-Up.
It's true. Yeah. And then his oh gosh, his Rhino.
His Rhino.
So, sorry. Yeah, his rhino was kind of creepy. Anyway.
That rhino.
That
What
freaking
was
rhino.
it?
He had an American flag.
Sanctuary? It was named. It was a named rhino.
It was a named rhino. Anyway, so just another thing that we're going to try to see if we can get him to come on.
Guys, thanks for joining us on this chat for our 2018 hobby goals here at the Frosted Fist. Let us know down in the comments below what your hobby goals are for this year. We'd really love to know it. I mean,
Definitely.
Whether it's projects you want to work on and get done, terrain, models, if it's general hobby resolutions like playing more games, or if you guys want to tell us something you want to improve on your channel for 2018, just let us know what your 2018 hobby goals are.
Right on.
If you liked hearing about our hobby resolutions, then grab up an axe and smash that like button in the name of the Emperor. And of course, if you are not yet subscribed to the channel, then this guy and I would love to have you as part of the pack here on the Frost and Fist. Until next time, guys, stay frosty.